At the beginning of the week, Charles Ramsey was a guy who worked in the kitchen at the local Hodges restaurant in Cleveland. Have you heard from them?
Yes, about every 10 minutes.
What are they saying?
You crazy SOB.
They must be real proud of you.
So to speak.
In fact, his co-workers have had T-shirts made explaining how they see it.
All I can say is the phone here is non-stop ringing. They are doing T-shirts. There are people calling to donate money. There are women calling to ask him if he's married.
Chuck stopped in, get his paycheck, saw everyone, and just wanted to say, still got my job, right? We're like, of course, still have a job, and said he was looking forward to just getting back to work.
On Monday afternoon, Charles Ramsey says when he heard a woman screaming, he raced over and broke down the door to his neighbor, Ariel Castro's home. The rest, as they say, is history. Even the Cleveland police chief weighed in.
Mr. Ramsey does deserve a lot of credit, and he is the true key to this case.
As did the mother of one of the rescued girls.
It was awesome what he did, because he could have turned his back, and he chose not to. He chose to help her.
And they're not the only ones.
Where did she go? Yeah, I'm looking at her. She right now. She calling y'all. She on another phone.
When he placed that 911 call saying the police needed to come help a woman who said she was Amanda Berry, he gave his cell phone number. It hasn't stopped ringing since.
There are numbers in this phone that start off with 945650000 hyphen something 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 hyphen. So I'm just guessing that's Denmark. I ain't got no friends with no numbers with hyphens. I don't even have friends that could spell the word hyphen.
Message after message from around the world, praising him as a hero. So like at 4 o'clock, like 10, 15 calls, you're a hero, man. Greetings from Malaysia. What does that feel like, Charles?
That feels like Boost Mobile is going to charge me more than $50 a month. Now, that's what it feels like. It feels like that I done messed up that unlimited plan dramatically.
A lot of people are calling you a hero. Is that how you see yourself?
Of course not, sugar. I'm a dude that did what he had to do. You can put any label you want on that.
There's a reward, $25,000 for Amanda Berry's safe return.
All you have to do is make that check out to Amanda Berry. What else you got? Any other rewards? You make them out to Gina DeJesus. What else you got? You go get that to Michelle. What else you got?
So you don't feel you're not going to collect any money for this?
If I could do this all over again, you'd come out with the same happy ending. Keep your money.
There has been a dissenting voice raised over the past 24 hours. Angel Cordero, who also lives on the street, says it was he, not Ramsey, who broke down the door.
Ramsey arrived after she was outside with the girl. But the truth, who arrived here, who crossed the street, who broke the door, it was me.
Ramsey says Cordero's version is not true. He says Cordero was the first to run over to Ariel Castro's house, but then he ran away. In this exchange, he refers to Cordero as the Dominican.
And when I saw that girl, I don't recognize her. I saw a white girl. So, what's your problem? Keep in mind the Dominican, as I'm saying this, what's your problem, runs back over there behind me. I look across the street and say, she needs to get out of here. He says, I'm not getting involved in that. I did what I had to do, and she got out of there.
Ramsey is the first to say he has not lived a perfect life. You have been in jail.
You got that right, sugar.
So there was a domestic violence.
Who, with my wife? Oh, yeah.
What happened?
I was a piece of and she deserved better.
You've kept yourself out of trouble since 2003, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No more stupidity. Because that's all it boils down to. If you're doing something and you get caught, whatever you're doing, it only means one thing. You're a failure. And then you reach that age, and it's like, am I going to be a total schmuck the rest of my life? Or are we going to stop being a schmuck?
Well, on Monday, you showed the world you weren't a schmuck.
Don't know about next Monday. Can't promise you nothing.
For Nightline, I'm Cynthia McFadden in New York.
Hi, thank you.
What's it like to be a celebrity, Charles?
I don't have a clue. What's it like to help some girls have a good Mother's Day and live the rest of their life? All
right, take me back to that night. Tell me, what did you first notice? When did you first think that there was a problem?
When I was being disturbed from eating my cheeseburger by a scream from a girl who shouldn't have even been on the street.
What did you think the scream was? Did you think, I mean, I'm sure you didn't contemplate that it was Amber, but, Amanda.
Right. I thought it was, I was getting ready to have a good night show, because the way that screaming is, surely it was, a fight was getting ready to break out, so I thought I was going to sit on my porch and watch a good fight.
How far is that home from your home?
Approximately 25 inches.
And you had never, in all the time that you've lived there, ever heard any noise coming out of the house that was remotely similar, right?
Not a thing. Only salsa music.
All right. So you get up, and what do? Go outside and go around the corner? Tell me what you do.
I don't do anything. I go to my front door and try to figure out why somebody's kicking on the door next door to me. And then I see my neighbor run across the street, and I'm wondering where he's going. And then when I come outside to see what he's looking at, we both see this pretty white girl in this dude's house. You want me to go on with the story, or is there another question?
I sure do. Tell me what else. Keep going.
All right. So I go on the porch with a cheeseburger, and I ask this girl, how'd you get in the house? And she says, I don't have time to explain to you how I got in this house. Just get me out. She said, mumbled something, Barry. So the reason why I didn't hear the first part is because she was talking to me as I was trying to get her out. So we're making a lot of noise. Keep in mind, I'm trying to break her out of somebody's house and have a conversation with her at the same time. So, do the math. So the neighbor that I saw run across the street, he wouldn't give me a hand. He ran behind me. Understood. I'm not bashing him. It was a panicky situation. I'm not saying I'm more calm under the pressure than he is. It's just one of those, I got to do this, or I'm going to feel bad about myself type situations. So, trying to open the door doesn't work. So I kick the bottom of the door, because it's just aluminum. It's a screen door, $7 door. She crawls underneath the door. She grabs her baby. She go to my house, grab my cell phone to call the 911. I give her the phone like an idiot. She's got a baby that's crying hysterically, and she's shaking hysterically, and I thought it was a good idea to hand her a phone. Anyway, that didn't work. I sent her across the street. It's 80 degrees outside, Cleveland, Ohio, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't like it was 2 pit bulls outside and a sparrow. The street was crowded, right, with just people doing whatever they do on a warm day. So she makes her phone call on the neighbor's phone. I make the 911 call on my phone. I say some smart comments to the police, just to speed up the process, because I figured, don't ask me questions when the 911 button is hit. I never understood that. If you say 911, what's your emergency? I tell you my emergency, and you ask, where you at? I tell you where I'm at. You either tell me, stay on the line. Well, ain't that something, stay on the line. Or you're going to tell me, okay, talk to the car that's going to be there, which means you hung up. Well, I wonder who that happened to. Not to get into that. So anyway, as I'm standing next to Amanda, here comes the good old officers. One officer goes right to Amanda. He's getting ready to put her in the car. She says, well, there's 2 more girls in there, so I'm not going anywhere until we get them out of there. I was blown away. Nobody's thinking about no Gina and Michelle and nobody else. We just want to see who's coming out of that house, whoever these 2 girls were. Sure enough, it was Gina DeJesus, Michelle Knight. So they.
Let me ask you something. Did Amanda at any point identify her? Did she say, "I'm Amanda Berry," and do you know who I am, or did you know who she was?
She said that 3 or 4 times.
Did you know who that was?
She's been gone for 10 years. If you had say you've been in a relationship, not even use that. Say in your city, if some child came up missing 10 years ago, would it ring a effing bell to you?
Well, what did you say to her when she said, "I'm Amanda Berry"? Did you say, "Oh, you were the one who's been missing for 10 years"? I mean, did you say anything to her?
That's exactly what I said, verbatim.
And did she say anything more to you?
Like what?
Like, "Thank you for opening the door, getting me out"?
What does she need? What do I need gratuity for? She's shaking like a leaf. Say I kidnapped you. Say I come to your house tonight, Greta, and kidnap you. Or send 2 of my friends to come get you, kidnap you, and keep you away for 3 years. You finally get you through. I know it'll be a while before the person that helped you escape, you sent them a complimentary steak dinner from Red Lobster.
Well,
it wasn't on her mind, to thank me at the time.
I could certainly understand that, Charles. That certainly is an amazing story. Thank you for telling us.
You're quite welcome.
As the detail comes out, as it gradually will, as the police release more information on exactly how those women were treated, what do you think the effect is on people in normal suburbs everywhere? I mean, does this cause us to no longer trust our neighbours? Does it cause you to wonder about what is happening? What is the state of America? Is this urban decay? Is it the global financial crisis? Is it unemployment? What does it mean? That's what people want to know.
I think it means that we have got a long way to go before we truly understand what humanity means. See that word humanity? You can Google it. It's going to give you a definition. But if you don't feel it, it's just a word that you know what the meaning means. You know what I mean? That's it.
In retrospect, with the knowledge of hindsight, could something be done? Could people have realised? Could people have investigated a little earlier? Could neighbours have actually taken a little bit more interest in what was happening in that house? I know that's easy to say, but you must ask yourself that question.
1,000 times over. It'd be the same question. I asked my squad, my people, my homies, bro, how do you live on the street and don't see nothing? And then, you know the answer they give me? Bro, we are asking ourselves the same thing, and it's our hood. You're a newcomer. You only been here a year and some change. We've been here all our life. So we know it's baffling you, new kid on the block. So can you imagine what it's doing to us? Because this was the same cat that we were seeing every day and speaking to. And he was showing up to the candlelight vigils for these kids. And going into the DeJesus family. And Lord, I'm sorry for your loss. You're that vindictive, bro? Really? You're that evil? You can be that sinister? You would figure only Hannibal Lecter wasn't this bad.
Clearly he's insane, isn't he?
You think?
Yeah.
You can't be insane because you fooled me and the rest of this neighborhood for 10 years. That's insanity? I think that is downright cunning and highly intelligent. Remember what you got away with.
But mad. Crazy. At the same time.
Surely. He's totally deranged. But he's one hell of an actor. One hell of an actor. I'm talking about, he should get an Academy Award for this.
A National Historic Landmark. This is the floating White House.
This is where Nixon came.
This is where Nixon. This is where Truman smashed the table with the cigar cutter. This is where we have tomorrow at 4:30. We have 5 Supreme Court justices coming. So it's still used a lot.
Wow.
This is where Kennedy had his last birthday party right before he was assassinated.
Wow.
President Kennedy there, and Clinton used it. Hillary. What can I tell you? Exactly.
Damn Monica.
Yeah, Monica got in the way. Yeah. So over here, a couple things. The '69 All-Star Game was at RFK Stadium here in D.C., and every player's in the Hall of Fame today, from Roberto Clemente and Hank Aaron to Juan Marichal to Gibson. Anyway, Nixon took them all out on the SEQUOIA. So that's what this baseball talks about. And
You're going. He was going to Ariel's house, and I couldn't figure out why, because I don't nobody live there, and Ariel was gone. So as I see who it is, I'm like, look, it's a white girl. Why is she in that house? That's what I'm thinking. I say, dude, you want to come help me get this out? You say, no, I don't want any parts of that. So you ain't got a green card or something? Come help me get this girl out of here. Yeah, all right, fine. Who respected it? Him. That's the reason why I needed backup, because as I was, when I said in the interview, we were trying to get out. The we was me and Amanda Berry. She's pushing out. Push out. Is that we? Is that a we thing?
Yeah.
You see how that works? There's two people. That means we.
Yeah.
It would have been us, but you were behind me.
Yeah.
All right.
you tell them like it is.
There it is.
So what was he like, this
Who?
Castro?
You. Slow down. And you. Slow down. And you. Slow down. You get the point? He was a regular human being. See, he didn't come out the house like this. Oh shit, let me have this girl. You won't see. He came out the house like this. What you think the Browns gonna do this year, baby? He gave this some feedback.
Right.
Gary is stealing my interview. We'll get that in the morning.
That's all right. That's all for tomorrow.
You were eating a Big Mac. And what happened?
I heard a scream that would wake up the dead. And like I say, on our street, on Seymour, there is only 8 families on that whole street. 6 of them are around me. What I mean by that is Ariel's house, my house, and the 4 people across the street. I ain't talking about up and down. I'm talking about when you come out your house, you can look and see some people right there in Ariel's house. So right there, them 6 houses, don't nobody know nothing. They ain't seen nothing. Now,
very close.
Now keep in mind, I've been there a year. My neighbor's been there all their life.
Right. I want you to go back to something. You said you heard a scream that would wake up the dead. Was it a yell?
Yeah.
Can you, I don't think you've, had any kind of training as an actor or anything, but if you go back to that moment, can you, can you mimic what that was? I mean, can you give us the sound of what you heard? How did it?
I could, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Since I've been doing all these interviews and whatnot, I'm kind of hoarse. I can't hit that high note like she did.
I just kind of want to. You're sitting there and you are eating this McDonald's, and I just want to.
Somebody help me, like that. But take it higher.
Yeah.
You hear me? And she hit a paddle the bell note by saying, "Get me out of here."
And you jumping down.
Yeah.
And then what did you do at that moment?
I get up. I look outside. I see.
So you were inside it.
I was in my home
and heard this.
Yes. It's 80 degrees outside, so the doors ain't open and the windows ain't shut.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So the door is open.
Wide open. I'm looking out of it.
And the windows are up.
I'm looking out of it. I'm telling you.
Right.
So when I hear her screaming and kicking on the door, I look up and see the Dominican friend of mine who was, I'm going to straighten you out when I get back home, running across the street to Ariel's house. He ain't never ran to Ariel's house because him and Ariel don't like each other. You know why? He's Dominican and Ariel's Puerto Rican. They don't like each other. They may speak Spanish. They don't like each other.
Okay. Which, the theme of this show is We Are One. We want to talk about all that.
Right. But the point was, to see him run over there, that's what made me look out the window and wonder where you were going. And as I look out my front door to see why he wanted going across the street, I see the screen door just bam, bam, bam. But it's not opening.
Yeah.
That's what. See, if I kick a door open once or twice, even you do that, it comes open.
Right.
We don't have to make that bam, bam, bam noise. That it kept on going, the bam, bam, which made me get up and say, "What is that noise?"
So now, was it kicking and screaming there at the same?
At the same time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I go outside.
Yeah.
Me and my Dominican friend. And I look up and see Amanda Beard. I don't know this is Amanda.
Right.
I just see some chick with a baby in her arms.
Yeah.
And the baby screaming and she's screaming. So I go up on the porch and
now, when you say you see her, are you looking through a crack, or how far has the door come ajar now?
The screen door it's got windows on it. You know what I mean? So you can look at her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look right, but she can't get out looking at you.
Okay.
Which made me, because I'm telling, man, I got a Big Mac in my hand, half of it. So I was, I was debating on putting the Big Mac down and going to help her or finish the sandwich. So it took me a minute or two to, and plus I'm going on somebody's property.
Right.
So I'm really thinking about, Ariel coming back, my Big Mac, whitish white girl in this dude's house. So when I get up on the porch, she say, "Get me out of here." I said, "Who are you?" She said, "I'll tell you that once you get me out of here. But hurry up, because he might be coming back." So I know who he was, because ain't but one person stay there. I just can't figure out why she was freaking out. I'm like, I figured that was his girlfriend or something. And then it threw me off, like, but he don't have no girlfriend, because don't nobody come here. When we got that girl out,
Walk us through it.
Yeah. Now, because I'm going to say this just like I said on Anderson Cooper. We, that W-E, you hear that? That we, all right. That we is not singular. It means plural. All right. We were going back and forth on the door. We is me and Amanda Berry. That's the we.
So you went to the door, and from the outside, you pulling.
She pushing out.
Yeah.
That's the we. Ain't no other help.
Okay.
Because see, when I asked dude to come up here and help me, he reminded me in a split second that he was born with a vagina. Who knew? That he was born with a vagina.
You said he?
Yeah.
Reminded you?
In a split second. He just transformed like that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't run from nothing.
So this was a guy. This was a guy.
Exactly.
So and that he turned into a sissy.
There we go.
Okay. So now you and Amanda, you're pulling.
That's right.
She's pushing, and this guy is nowhere to be found because someone tried to make the accusation that you weren't the one that actually was helping with it, that it was this particular guy.
And I'm so glad that they think that, because there's a person in my entourage that actually helped me calm Amanda Berry down. He's been with me forever.
Okay. All right. So now
So why would I have to go run and get one of my friends if you helping me?
Okay. So we're establishing that this gentleman who made claim that he might have tried to help, he didn't help from your words. Now you're pushing and pulling. Walk me on through.
I can't figure out why this door won't open. I'm pulling it with one hand.
Right.
Because I still got that half of Big Mac.
You
don't ever forget.
You still got that Big Mac sauce running down your arm.
In my hand. Don't ever forget what's in my hand. I'm not letting it go.
Right.
I just bought it. So that's what made me get attitude. Like, why this door won't open? Yeah, here go the Big Mac. Grab two arms. It's still not opening. Keep in mind, there's screaming going on, some panicking going on. It's still me wondering how you got in there. Who are you going on?
At that point, are you just hearing Amanda Berry who's at the door, or are you now hearing other people in the house yet?
I ain't hearing nobody.
Okay, she's just.
That's it.
Okay.
So the bottom of the screen door, which still blows me away to this day, because I sit back and I contemplate on and play it in my head. All I did was kick the bottom out so she can crawl through it.
So you kicked the bottom of the screen.
So she can crawl through it. That's why you look on the video that screen door is toe up. It wasn't toe up from her. See, all she was doing was just trying to get out.
Right.
I tore that door up.
Now, when you did that, you tore that door up and you're trying to help her to get out. Now you're figuring, oh my God, there's something really serious going on.
Exactly.
And so you kick the screen out of the bottom.
So that girl can crawl out of there, because opening wasn't an option, so let's go underneath it.
She crawls out. Is she with her? Is she the one that had the daughter?
That's right.
So did the two of them come out together?
That's right.
So they crawl out the screen door.
Right.
You're standing there on the porch.
That's right.
What happened?
Take her to my house. I live right next door. So take her to my house. She said, call 911. I said, you do it. She said, I don't know how to work this phone. I've been gone for a while. I said, yeah, you're right. It's a smartphone. So, all right. So I said, I'll do it. I'm fumbling with the phone, trying to get 911. She's screaming, please, Harry, call me. I said, I'll tell you what to do.
Were you like super nervous at this point? I mean, man, this is a lot of drama going on.
Bro, I needed a Valium.
Okay.
While this was going on.
Yeah.
And I sent her across the street. And she used my neighbor's phone, Puerto Rican. She used somebody's phone now. As she calling 911, I'm calling 911.
Right.
So when she finally get through, I finally get through. And that's when you hear my 911 call, and I had to leave it, be sarcastic with it. You know, you can tell how I play. Come to me with stupidity, and I'm going to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Come to me with logic, and I'll be humble. See? So she is still got this baby in her arm and on the phone. And naturally, he's a bunch of, women around at the time because it was 80 degrees outside. So people are like, who are you?
One of the reports
Everybody's still looking at this white girl like, who are you?
With this brother.
With that baby. They know me. I'm the boss of that street, other than my people that live there.
Okay, let me ask. There are reports that said that the baby had on a diaper.
That's right.
6-year-old child.
That child was screaming for her daddy, and I say, well, who was her daddy? Amanda said, Ariel.
Oh, my God.
That's what threw me off, bro. You got to listen where I'm coming from.
Oh, my God.
This child is only 6. Ariel is 52. How can this be your daddy? And then when it dawned on me who this was, I said, oh, yes, right. He kidnapped you and had his way with you, and that's the result of it. Is this pretty little girl.
This is your thinking as this is going on now. So all of a sudden, this guy that you had ribs with, listened to salsa with, rode in the car with, killed some time with.
He hit me to 2 people. One person is called the Voice of Puerto Rico. His name is Hector Laveau. The second person is Angeles Canales. We're talking about salsa. Oh, and there's a third one named Tito Fuente. So you see, I don't know these names.
Right.
I don't Smokey Robinson the Miracle.
That's right.
Or Wale.
Yeah.
You know, coming from Lil Wayne.
Right.
So for me to be knowing these names, we had to be awfully getting it on for you to explain to me the salsa Latin culture. You feel me? So
the 911 calls happen. Yours goes through. Hers goes through. And is she now at the neighbor's house?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's...
But I knew something. It just didn't hit me right because the girl kept on looking at that back at that house. She would not stop staring at that house. Now, when the police got there, I told her, I said, they coming for me because I just cussed them out. So you might have to go in the next call. She said, no, we're going to go together. I said, fine. When the police got there, I'm the only black dude on street. I'm waving them down. Because remember, I said something smart to them. Yeah. So when they pull up and they looking at me sideways, I'm looking at them and they looked at her. And that cop looked again. He said, Amanda. And she said, yeah. Even the cop broke down to his knees. He didn't know what to do. He started shaking. You got a gun on your side. What you shaking for? He like, where you been? She like, in that house right there. All this time, in that house right there. So he like, well, come on with me. We gonna get you together. She said, hold on. It's some more girls in that house. Now, as we just people, man, this time is elapsing.
Yeah.
Here come another cop car.
Yeah.
Here come another cop car.
Yeah.
Soon it's 15 cop cars.
Yeah.
So he asked her again, what'd you say? She said, I'm telling you, man, it's some more girls in that house. That's why I really don't want to leave here. Let's just get them all out right now. See where I'm coming from?
Yes.
See, this girl didn't call 911 or say, well, forget it. Just take me to the police station. Remember, we got cars on this street.
Right.
We didn't have to call nobody.
Right.
She was free.
Right.
All she had to do was get in somebody's car, take this girl to the police. You see where I'm coming from?
So
she stuck around for the police to get there to tell them, go in there and get them
people. So Amanda Berry is a hero
That's
also.
That's the damn celebrity, not me. I just played my position.
Right. Oh my God, what a story. What a story. We've got about 6 minutes left in the show, Charles, for your time. Okay, so the cops come, now they're 15 deep. The cop cars, you're 15 deep. I'm sure they're coming out. Amanda Berry, we've established very clearly, she is so critical in terms of playing, as you say, the hero position. She wrote. So now what? So she's saying, let's get those girls out. What? So tell me, walk us through what happened on the scene in real time.
Them policemen went up there, and now keep in mind, they despise me. Remember, I'm the one with the smart comments. So they still got their eyes on me.
Right.
But since this is such a huge story, well, let's stay focused, fool. Don't you worry about my smart comments. Go in the house and do something. So they went up in the house and they came out. So me and the rest of the neighbors, we just sitting there, and we you don't want to see nothing come out because you already see this girl.
Yeah.
Right? So in your head, you don't want to see nothing. In your heart, you kind of do, but you don't want to see it come out under a white sheet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're sitting there, you're kind of scared to look almost.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're still in looks. And when that Gina DeJesus came out that house, and that Michelle girl came out that house, bro, man, listen, it was like the heavens had, for a split second, opened up, and then God said, enough. This is going on long enough. See, I know you're a sick person, Ariel. I made you. So you ain't doing nothing that I don't know nothing about. Remember, you my child. The thing with it is, Ariel, is it was a test. See, I know you sick. We all are. But you weren't supposed to grab no girls. See, this was a test, fool, and you failed it with flying colors by snatching up these girls.
I would certainly say
that's
so.
All it is, bro.
So again, to kind of go back to that moment, you're afraid to take looks, and then all of a sudden, you see 2 live bodies emerge. I mean, are they in cop arms? Are they walking? They
are clinging to the police. Gina, listen, these girls were gone so long, and how the police brought them out, which is smart. You're not going to come outside with the face exposed,
right.
Naturally or covered up.
Right.
Gina DeJesus was so weak that she couldn't stop shaking even when they put her in the ambulance. Right. That child was like 2 or 3 hours from death. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
I ain't lying. 2 more hours,
so
she'd have died.